You've definitely been there, haven't you? That last-minute scramble,
Yeah.
game day, and suddenly a key person is missing. Maybe it's Friday afternoon, you get that call. Our ref for tomorrow's youth game just canceled.
Oh, yeah. Happens all the time.
It's surprisingly common, right? From amateur soccer to school basketball. And it just, well, it throws everything into chaos. So today, we're doing a deep dive into a corner of the gig economy. Seems maybe a bit unglamorous at first glance.
Maybe.
But it's actually a massive untapped market. These digital platforms for matching sports officials and services. Our mission, really, for this deep dive is to properly unpack this whole concept of an Uber for sports officiating. We want to explore its hidden potential, the implications, and pull out some genuinely surprising insights from the material we've looked at.
It's interesting. Often the biggest innovations, they don't come from tackling the huge, flashy problems. They come from sorting out these seemingly simple logistical knots, like this one, connecting refs with games. There's just so much more potential there than just, basic convenience.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Let's really dig into it then. What our sources make really clear is that officials, whether it's for amateur soccer to weekend basketball leagues, they're always in high demand and hard to find.
Always.
Think about that youth league coach again. They're not just looking for anyone. They need a qualified referee, often on incredibly short notice. It's a huge admin headache.
Yeah, and it can even mean games get canceled.
Exactly.
And, it's not just the last-minute panic, though that's definitely part of it. The deeper thing here, the systemic issue, is just how fragmented the old system is. Leagues might have their little list of refs, but there's no central, efficient marketplace.
All right, easy way to connect.
Which is precisely where an app-based solution, like the one our material describes, really becomes, well, kind of revolutionary. It's basically a platform. It connects leagues, schools, even just pickup teams directly with trained, available refs on demand.
Okay, so that's one side, the team's desperate for officials. What about the referees themselves? What does this look like for them?
Oh, for the referee, it's completely different. A game changer in terms of efficiency. Autonomy.
How so?
Well, they get alerts for gigs right in their area. And the key thing is they set availability, rates, even preferences.
Preferences like
maybe I only want to do youth soccer on weekends, or I'm only free Tuesday nights, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And the platform then handles all the stuff that used to be a pain. Scheduling, payment, and even post-game reviews. It just streamlines what was often, a chaotic manual process into a really slick digital workflow.
So less admin time for them.
Exactly. Less time coordinating, more time actually focusing on the game.
And when you think about that level of efficiency for the individual refs, it makes you wonder just how big is this opportunity? Because honestly, when I started digging into the market data, the scale of it genuinely surprised me.
It's immense, truly. Our sources point out, in the U.S. alone, hundreds of thousands of local sports games happen every week.
Hundreds of thousands. Weekly.
Yeah. But that's just the start, right? Add in school matches, recreational clubs, adult leagues.
So, and you mentioned esports judging too.
Exactly. Esports judging. You put all that together, and you're looking at a genuinely massive, untapped gig market.
Yeah.
This isn't just filling a few gaps here and there. It's about formalizing a pretty significant workforce that was mostly informal before.
Right. And this isn't just a U.S. thing, is it?
Right.
The problem must be global.
Oh, absolutely not just the U.S. And this raises an important question for you, the listener. How universal is this? If you look globally, places like Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America, they all have these booming youth sports scenes. And they're facing the exact same logistical hurdles. So this isn't just meeting demand, it's potentially fostering a whole new micro-business ecosystem.
Micro-business ecosystem. What do you mean by that exactly?
Well, think about it. You're empowering individuals, maybe retired athletes, coaches, or just, passionate sports fans, to basically run their own little officiating service. They operate as flexible providers within this larger digital network. It gives them flexible side income, and in some communities where maybe traditional jobs are scarce, that could even provide a bit of economic stability.
That's a really compelling angle. Okay, so beyond the individual official finding gigs, what about the sports organizations, the leagues, the schools? I can see the benefit of getting consistent experiences for their players and parents. That's huge for reputation.
Definitely.
But what of those other features mentioned, like insurance and safety coverage, or even training modules and certification built right into the app? How much difference do those integrations make?
Oh, those are game changers. Seriously. Think about liability. It's a massive concern for any sports org.
Huge, yeah.
So having integrated insurance and safety coverage rightly in the platform, that cuts down their admin load and their risk, makes it easier to operate, easier to scale.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the idea of training modules and certification built right into the app, that's really powerful too. It means the platform isn't just connecting officials, it's potentially improving the quality and professionalism of the whole officiating pool over time.
Ah, so addressing consistency directly.
Exactly. It builds trust, ensures a certain standard of quality, kind of like how review systems work for, say, ride sharing or deliveries.
That's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
Which leads me to wonder, could this kind of platform handle other game day roles too? The sources hint at opening verticals beyond just the refs.
Absolutely. Once you've built the core infrastructure for managing these freelance service providers around events, why stop at refs?
Right.
Imagine scorekeepers, timekeepers, lines people, maybe even, as you mentioned, live stream commentators,
Wow, okay.
all accessible through the same app, the same platform. You're creating a full suite of game day freelance roles, not just fixing the referee problem. It basically turns game day operations into this flexible, on-demand workforce model.
That sounds incredibly efficient, almost too good to be true. But like operationally, how do you handle the tricky stuff? Like tiered pricing, where maybe refereeing a national prep tournament obviously pays a higher rate than doing, say, Saturday Kids T-ball. How does the tech actually manage that complexity?
Yeah, that's where the platform's intelligence really needs to shine. It can't just be a simple matching tool. You need features like smart location tracking, ratings, match history. Those are crucial.
How do they help with pricing?
Well, imagine AI using location data, maybe to predict referee availability hotspots, or a really robust rating system like we see elsewhere building trust and tracking quality. All this data allows for dynamic, tiered pricing. It can adjust based on the game's importance, the official certified level or rating, time of day, maybe even surge pricing based on demand.
Okay, so it's data-driven.
Exactly. It's all about using data to build a smarter, optimized marketplace that works better for both the officials and the organizations hiring them.
It's just fascinating how something that might not seem glamorous, on the surface,
Definitely not glamorous.
can be so deeply necessary, so scalable, and apparently so underserved right now. What really stands out to me is the potential here. Not just for the tech companies building these platforms, but for the communities themselves. Making local sports easier to run, better organized.
Improving access.
Yeah, improving access. So wrapping this up, we've really taken a deep dive into what seemed like maybe a niche corner of the gig economy. But it's crystal clear there's surprising depth. A digital platform really could fix a widespread, often overlooked problem. This whole Uber for referees idea. It's more than just a catchy phrase, isn't it?
Much more.
It's a pretty powerful metaphor for how tech can seriously disrupt and improve even these everyday logistical headaches we all face.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this whole discussion really highlights a key principle, I think, which is the massive potential for innovation that's just sitting there waiting in solving these logistical gaps in unexpected markets. And it raises an important question for you, the listener. How many other essential services, maybe ones that aren't glamorous at all, could be totally transformed by a similar on-demand platform approach? Think about the little frustrations, the logistical snags you run into every week. Where else could this apply?
That's a great thought to leave people with. Absolutely. Keep exploring how technology bridges those overlooked gaps in everyday life. That's all for this deep dive.